What is up, Rad Potential YouTube? Welcome to today's video. We are working on a BMW, and unfortunately, but fortunately, I don't really know where we can put these. This is like my thing, and you know there's 6 of these in here, right, Justin?
Yeah, that's why it's so
inline
big.
6. There's 6 rotors under there somehow.
Yeah.
So we got to find a place to put these in this car eventually. But for now, we get to replace a coolant seal, i.e. a head gasket. And I've never worked on one of these before. Justin's the resident expert. And
I've never pulled a head off one of these.
Yeah.
So
we're in. And to introduce ourselves, kind of, my name's Eric. This is Justin. This video kind of marks the start of really like the channel coming to the next level, i.e. adding another person in a majority of the videos. So a big milestone is Justin's moved down to Tennessee from Indiana. They took a nice fun hiatus with a trip and this, that, and the other, and figuring out their jobs and bought a house and did all that. And I'm stoked because now we get to have more than just me talking to you guys on the channel. And he's gonna have to learn rotary stuff. I'm gonna have to learn a little bit about these, and then when we're going to the track, the RX-8 is still gonna be faster. So
I'm excited. September, what we said.
So
this we fixed, and basically in the same trim it is now. And the last time we went to the track together.
I'm gonna give him my old scrubs, 2 of my tires. He's got the other tires because he got a flat at the last track day. If you remember, it was a ways ago. There's a bunch of new people watching the videos now too. So this car, the reason it blew the head gasket at the last track day, he was faster than me, and he only did 1 session. But I believe
right in here, there's a hose that comes across the top of the radiator into the expansion tank, and the nipple on the expansion tank cracked off. Like the flat, there's like it's metal reinforced, but it snapped off. And then that thing went flying through the fan, cut up the radiator, dumped all the coolant before I realized it. And
the car pegged the gauge. He was only at like turn 5. NCM has 22 corners, and it takes a while to get back to pit road.
Hindsight should have pulled off and got towed. But I was thinking, hey, maybe it was a hot day.
Yeah.
It was a really hot day. Maybe I didn't catch it. Maybe I just needed to back off, cool down. So I stuck it in 5th, drove around the track. It never came down. So I parked it, and it was really hot.
Yeah, and upon replacing radiator, coolant, overflow, this, that, and the other, discovered that it's pushing coolant out the back. And there's literally like green coolant laying on the ground in the exhaust. I don't know if you saw that. Yeah, it's colored water, so I'm going to assume it's coolant. Or blue coolant, right?
Yeah,
blue. So, yeah, get amped. I'll find a place to put the...
These are just not connected.
Okay. They just like slide over? Interesting.
BMW stuff.
Smart people.
Yeah.
So we're going to get into tearing this apart, and I hope that you guys enjoy working on this car for once. You know, I'll still be here helping, doing all the stuff, and we're in the rad shop, and I know it's not a rad rotary, but it's a rad car. So hope you guys enjoy the video. We're going to get this thing cranked out and get this head off and see how big a BMW S52 cylinder piston thing is, because I don't know what those are. So let's get to it.
Vacuum line.
That sucked.
So no Vanos gear puller needed. All you need is an angle grinder.
Yeah, the tool to put
The angle grinder key.
There's more parts just right here than the entirety of a rotary engine, 100%. In the rotary engine, we've got a rotor, another rotor, an oil pump, an eccentric shaft, and that's literally it. That is literally it. This is like one rotor, the other rotor, the oil pump chain, some tensioner thing. We got a weird Allen key in here. And that's only just like top 2% of this engine. Look at all this extra nonsense we've got to deal with back here yet.
Fancy engineering.
I guess this is what torque looks like though. Because I don't have torque in my stuff. So you got to have all this extra stuff if you want torque. Got hot. Pop the head gasket everywhere. Well, hey, there's a lot of coolant in those.
That's what I'm wondering, if that was just from separating it and it cooling in there.
Probably. We probably ought to get a square as well and lay it on here. Charles has one, I can just go buy one. But they sell like mechanic square, right? It's a piece of metal that is perfectly flat to 1/10,000th or something like that. Y'all probably know more than me. I borrow Charles to check and make sure irons and stuff for rotaries are not warped. We probably ought to get one of those and some feeler gauges and check the deck surface on your actual block to make sure the block's not warped or anything. While we're here, we'll get it cleaned off. We'll check that as well. So I know a little bit about piston engines, you know. Enough to be dangerous.
Or we got
Like
different washers.
Different thickness washers. It's fine. It's probably been apart before. Well, guys, we got the head off. Look at this whole giant thing over here. This is like the length of a 4-rotor. It's like exactly what we need.
This is why we're doing all this. It's because that oil isn't supposed to look like
Yeah, we probably ought to fire this up with fresh oil and then change it after like 20 minutes. Just run some O'Reilly brand or something oil through it to flush it out. But at least it's an aluminum head. So I guess we're going to look up the process to take these cams out.
Well, I can tell you. I looked it up.
Okay, what's
the process? Is you need a
Learn us.
$2,000 special BMW tool that puts pressure on the cams equally, and then you take it off. Because apparently these S52 cams are super fragile, and the second you take them off with some pressure on them unevenly, they'll crack. So the move is
bigger cams, so we don't have to worry about breaking these.
That's the problem. That's the solution if we break them. We're going to try not to break them, because S52 cams are good. So the method is, you got room here to clamp onto your cam, and you spin it until only cylinder 1 valves are pressed down. There's a position in the cam where they're only engaging cylinder 1.
Till the lobes are down.
Where all the other ones are just enough, barely not moving. And then you have someone else hold the cam so it doesn't move because it's not perfectly straight down.
Okay.
And you don't want it to spin on you.
Okay.
And then break them. So you have someone hold it, buzz off all the caps except for cylinder 1, so there's no pressure on anything else. Then you do these off quarter turn at a time, so then it all comes up evenly.
Okay. And you're going to do that by yourself at your house?
Well, Carly can hold the
okay.
hold the wrench. Or we can zip it off now.
It don't matter.
How hungry are you?
10 minutes being that careful?
Yeah.
30.
Let's do it.
Alright, let's take it off. If we're going to break the cams, we're going to break them right now.
On camera. All right.
Sick! Put that in a treasure chest. Don't touch it.
Non-broken cam. That really bombs off there.
Look at that. Alright guys, we successfully got the cams out by holding them where they needed to be. The number 1 cylinders, valves were pushed down. Didn't really have any issues. You got to be a little careful getting the cam caps off because they can get bound up, which we had this side get bound up. We did find one that has a little bit of a smoked bearing, but honestly, probably just run it and it'll probably be fun.
I did find another Vert M3 for sale today for $4,000. Manual Vert. It's definitely worth that in parts. I was like, it's got a running and driving motor.
Well, Justin's ready to just buy another engine, swap it.
Yeah, I could sell
instead of doing the head.
Well, we'll do this, or I could just, you know, spare.
Part
race
that other
car,
one.
I need spare engine.
So with that, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. A little bit different from the normal Rotary content, but largely still the same, right? Still me. Now we got Justin. Gonna be working on this stuff. The BMW stuff, we'll still be teaching you how to do it. This car is gonna sit in the driveway for a month or so, 3 weeks, while the machine work's getting done on the head, while we get that cleaned up, and then I got an engine to build for you guys, and ultrasonic cleaner and stuff to set up, drill press to set up, a whole bunch of different stuff going on. So with that, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you guys very much for watching. Comment below any questions now that we're working on BMWs and there's new people coming to watch the videos of things you want to learn about BMWs. And we'll try to figure it out, learn you guys up.
Got a nice little fleet of them. So
yeah. There will be a large amount of BMWs is coming to town next week.
Yeah.
Almost a shipment, but 2 trailer loads. So with that, guys, we'll see you in the next one. Keep it rad.
Peace.
Laddie, come here.
We got 2 dogs.
Come here.
2 dogs.
Come here. Come here. Oh, they're both coming. You guys wore out yet? Hey, chill. You guys wore out? Gonna sleep good tomorrow?
Certainly.
Too bad the white one didn't start. Had to drive it there on the starter. Peace, guys.